How are we doing out there? Welcome back to Occultists Anonymous, to our Richmond mini-series. That's the term I've been looking for all last week. Not short arc, mini-series.
Interlude.
Interlude is also a very good one. Thank you, Brandon Sanderson. And your multiple uses of them. It is a shirt, by the way, for those who are asking in chat already. Yeah,
looks a lot like Jeremy's, man.
Yeah,
It's like a kimono
it's
with
a
no
kimono,
tie or anything.
little
like
robe. Yeah.
It's leopard print. It's ombre. You know, it's great.
Yeah, Noctal says it's cute, so there you go.
Thanks.
Yes. So welcome to Occultists Anonymous. As always, sponsored. Well, not as always, but currently sponsored by Roll20, The Onyx Path, and viewers like you. Shout out to everybody who follows, subscribes, supports us, sends in your funny little questions in YouTube, joins us on Discord. That's yeetinto.space. Funny story about that later. And but a very specific shout out to our friends on Patreon who support us monetarily, give a little bit of their hard-earned money. I hope it was hard-earned and you actually earned it. Who cares? I don't care how you got it. But yes, shout out to Adam, Alan, Michael, Alexander, Algos, Badur, Bernie, Brandon, Danny, Doc, Emil, Giovanni, James, Jenny, John, Josh, Julian, Cat Feathers, Lance, Melissa, Michael, Moku, Noba, Not Michael, Perry, Puppeteer, Roy Viscrad, Ryan, Schmitty, Sebastian, Cinna, Songbirds #1 Prelate, Noctal, Terry, Thomas, Usuf Sama, and Firekeeper. Yes, thank you guys very much for your support and letting us do stuff like get new character art, which I have received word that is flat colored and with everybody, and so final color should be soon, so I'll be getting that over to Amanda so she can make new overlays and all sorts of other cool stuff to show off, so that'll be very, very cool. And then the bell and mics and all sorts of other stuff. That's thanks to you guys, so we greatly appreciate it. As always, like I said, if you're interested in that, that's staylucky.club or patreon.com/occultistanonymous. And just a funny little thing before we get going into our terrifying little story, a little shout out to our friend Fractory, who just popped in because they were checking URLs to see what was taken and just put in yeetinto.space and got a Discord invite and then thought they had found their way into a secret society. So Fractory, if you actually managed to watch one of these episodes, hi. Also a shout out to our very, very friendly Discord community who basically said, yes, no, this is a cult. But thank you guys.
We do have a hashtag cultist channel. So.
Yeah, we do.
That was me.
Yeah. So yes, very, very much thank you to our community who, I mean, we technically run the Discord, but it's you guys who bring life into it and you make it very friendly. People can come and be themselves and relax and stuff like that. We have no judgment. We have no gatekeeping. We're just here to be nerdy mages and have a good time and play some TTRPGs, even if it's not Mage. We got a lot of people talking about werewolf. Just werewolf. Everybody wants to play werewolf.
Who's a werewolf?
Because werewolves are great.
Oh, werewolves are pretty great. Yeah. Oh, and well, I can do a couple more announcements at the end. I'm done, but a quick reminder, this is Occultists Anonymous. We are playing mages, but we are playing some more darkly themed mages. I mean, literally, Craig killed an angel in a church in the last session, and Drifter, my character, just laid hands on somebody and sent them into the nightmare realm to try and force an awakening. And Amanita, I mean, technically slit somebody's throat while they were lying there unconscious. I mean, they knew what they were getting into when it happened, but nonetheless.
Everyone she killed like an entire dorm room full of people.
Also true.
Only 4 of them.
Yeah. But these are still good guys in the fact that they're the Pentacle, but they're not nice guys or gals. So, yes. Yeah, I'm done.
Sorry, I've got to get the meme of Jimmy Neutron's dad sending him to the Shadow Realm out of my head real quick.
Sure.
Cool. Welcome back to Richmond. Let's see. When we left off, Vicar was pretty beat up, having survived an assassination attempt by the Angel of Death.
Mm-hmm.
Amanita
That's definitely one to chalk up.
What's up?
That's one definitely one to tally up on the chalk.
Yeah, maybe not tell anybody about it, actually.
Yeah. Goes on the bingo board.
Amanita had taken out a prelate of Paternoster, taken his temple and his research notes, including some hints about other seers going ons in the city. And Drifter had been approached by the sentinel of the Concilium, Guan Yu, to look into what it is exactly that Bless, the hierarch of the Concilium, is up to in her spare time. So, I think we pick up with Vicar looking a little bruised and bloody in a hotel room.
Yeah. Definitely need to do some bandaging and resting. I had wanted to do some, I'm trying to remember where we left off. I wanted to do some investigation to see if I can track down locations around where this mage was, because I know she has space. So I don't want to probe her directly, but I want to try and get a feel for areas around her. I know we talked about that a little bit. So that I could have windows up on locations rather than on her.
Okay. How would you have those connections?
Well, I know I have a connection to her.
Mm-hmm. Jack the connection from her summon.
Right, I jacked the connection from her summon. And yeah, I don't know how I can do it without alerting her, because I have to go through her to get to her connections, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think my next step is going to be to do a summoning of my own.
Oh, this is how Drew feels. Cool. Yeah. What are we summoning?
I'm going to be summoning a cherubim with space.
You're going to put a cameo in here, Chris?
I don't know. It seems like it'd be a good idea.
You already got one made.
Got one made up right there for me. You have Prime 3?
I do have Prime 3.
Cool. Okay. What rank are we looking for?
I'm going to shoot for rank 3.
Okay. That is, 15? 20 basic successes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What other? Let me pull up the rules for this real quick.
95, by the way.
All right. So, do you want extra duration? 30 minutes per success.
Just I just need a half an hour.
Okay. So 1 safe half hour before it starts taking damage.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to protect against the abyss for any extra rolls?
I do. I've got the connection for a while, so I'm not under a time crunch there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember. There was Nothing's pattern. There's a fate spell that prepared an area, or not a fate spell, a prime spell.
Prime spell? That's
Yeah,
one
you're not going to
created.
find it. Yeah, that is a Songbird original.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought that was something out of the book.
Nope.
Okay.
But you could probably still do it, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm going to, using Prime, sort of secure the room for the summoning. I believe that would be nature practices.
It's a 3 dot if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're weaving the space to be,
Yep,
or
weaving
perfecting the
space.
space to be more connected. So this one mage I read about on the internet did a spell like this once.
What's that?
Perry said that.
And then
don't forget.
goodness. Oh, are you gonna spend an hour to make a domain? Well,
Yeah, I thought we talked that I would have been able to do that, but I could do it now if you prefer.
I mean, you could have done it last night when you got
I
here.
think
Okay.
I'm not worried about that's such an easy fucking waste of dice roll.
Yeah.
Like
I think we're all just
successes
assuming we have
happens.
soul stones and can set domains up. Yeah.
domains are pretty easy at this level of play.
I don't need any extra potency, I don't think. Or do I?
It's potency extra rolls, and it's a duration based spell.
Why does it not fix your pictures?
Okay. Yeah, so I'll change that to advanced duration. I'll need increased scale, right? To cover the room? Or would
No, it
the,
depends
just
on
the,
like
just
what
the
your
circle be
summoning
sufficient,
circle is.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just want it to hang out there,
Like
right?
standard spell is like arm's
Like
reach,
5 feet.
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
pretty good.
That was right.
Reach for
Just for advanced duration.
cool. Going
So-
for 4 extra rolls. Willpower. Got 2. 9, 12 dice. Yeah, I think you'll probably get that. Cool.
Okay. Oof. Room is now cleansed, repaired, set,
Mhm.
and we'll start the summoning.
I'm looking at 18 dice here, 18 successes.
And it's
You
Gnosis and Arcana, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what is safe roll?
Why? Oh, would
Because
you have healed some?
Oh, wait. That was bashing. So actually, let me take that off.
that would have been just 15
Yeah,
minutes.
because you slept the night. You heal some. But yeah, to get a soul stone done, I have to remove a willpower.
No, you spend a point of willpower and you reduce your maximum gnosis.
So that
And
was
it's
2
back
successes
first.
off the first roll.
Your maximum gnosis?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for low beat mages, creating a soulstone is no big deal. You only start to really worry until either you make a bunch of soulstones or you get considerably more higher powered. I.e., Gnosis 10 mage is walking around with no soulstones.
Okay. 5. Oh, man.
7 dice, 7 successes, no big deal. Just
Yeah,
Craig.
that'll do it.
Craig doing Craig things.
At 12.
There's 4 10s in there. God.
There's 15.
18.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
So tell me about like the purpose, the sort of, I mean, summoning doesn't really have an imago, but like what is the ritual? Like what are you kind of calling out into the aether to find?
I'm drawing heavily on the combat implements that I've got with me because I want to find this person so that I can kill them. For revenge is the motivation. I'm still under the megalomania, so this is I'm seeking revenge for what they made me do. And a whole bunch of other things as well. So
Cool. So we're doing a cherubim. So out of this summoning circle in your hotel room, kind of rising from a sort of glowing, very classic sort of summoning aura, rises a like svelte, but tall figure with classic and like 4 classic angelic wings, kind of out in like a dragonfly pattern around behind its back. It is dressed in a military uniform, and it has a large rifle knocked back over its shoulder, and it is standing there at attention.
Will you share a name?
Names are powerful things.
I'm aware.
You may simply refer to me as the sniper.
Sniper. I have taken a connection to someone who desperately needs to have vengeance visited upon them. If I follow that connection directly, they will be aware of my coming. As a sniper, you can appreciate the element of surprise.
I do.
I want you to give me the location where they are so that I may investigate that location without alerting them.
Very well. Before I do this, I must ask you, why do you feel that you have earned this vengeance? And do you feel that you have done appropriately in coming before me with the blood of my kin on your hands?
Craig needs a moment.
During which Drew's going to remember, oh, right, by the way, totally did Paradox within the past week. So there's another success in there needed, but I'm pretty sure you had it.
You got more than...
Oh, yeah, plenty of successes. Oh, yeah.
You had plenty of rolls, so
yeah. But it was just one of those, oh, yes, Paradox.
Yeah, Craig, your mic's doing static.
My fan or something is kind of blowing into it. Perhaps. I don't know if you want to turn on that little voice suppression, because I know you turned it off for earlier.
Yep. If I go wonky, let me know.
Sure.
Okay. No suppression's on. Any better?
You sound distant, but not bad.
Yeah, it changes your voice, but like it stops the static, so...
I was to say, net positive in my book.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Chat.
You sound different, but understandable.
Chat, yeah. If it's really bad, Twitch chat, let me know. YouTube guys, you won't even notice.
Yes. The being that was summoned was bound to my death. There was no other way.
Do you not feel that dying in the name of the Aether is a good result?
I do, but there's things I need to accomplish first.
And
my
is
wife
the one
was... No, go ahead.
Is the one that sent this conflict to you the one who you seek out now?
She is involved in it, yes. I fully intend to give myself to the Aether. But there are people that must pay first.
Damn persuasion rolls.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good call. Me up. manipulation plus persuasion.
Yeah, that's not going to be a great one.
You're not great at the talking thing.
No, I'm not great at the talking thing. He was a bookworm.
It works. You got
Get rid of crime. I hate it when it does that.
Oh.
The success was on the end. So no.
So wait, can you roll if it's only a 1 and a -1?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get like
It's
a chance die on it?
basically.
Mhm.
Right?
Oh.
Let's go ahead and reroll that.
Not unexpected.
Not a dramatic failure, though.
Nope. Your arguments do not convince me.
Try and do
Meet
that.
me on the roof. And he flaps his wings and flies up straight through the ceiling.
Do I have a good enough bearing on where the roof is? I can just look it up there, or should I take the stairs?
I think you take the stairs.
I'll take the stairs. Okay.
That'll be one of those using magic for a thing that you don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm wisdom 4, baby.
So you make it up onto the roof,
Mhm.
and he has lain down on the edge of the roof. His rifle perched on the edge of the roof. And is like not looking at you, but you can tell expectantly waiting for you to come over.
Take him over.
Sitting next to him is a glowing pair of binoculars.
I will presume to pick them up.
Very
And
well.
I'll look in the direction that he's sighting down his rifle.
I will help you achieve your vengeance. But you will show me the target.
All right.
For every sniper needs a spotter.
Okay. He needs a seer. All right. I will do scry. She's going to have wards. This is going to be iffy. All right. Instant cast, sensory range. I'm going to need some potent.
I was going to say, did we determine what kind of connection that was? What strength of
A
connection?
strong. I feel like it should be.
I agree.
Yeah.
You won't need it for long.
This is also probably the only connection that Supernal would have had to this world, right? That's what brought
Probably.
it here.
More or less.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe some connections to things.
Things in its purview.
Right. Yeah.
So I got 11 dice. Reach for instant cast, sensory range, and I will take a mana. Or no, I'm not doing synthetic.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I'll take a mana too.
How's my mana looking, actually?
4 successes.
Cool. So, what does a scarring window look like for a Vicar in this situation?
So for Vicar, It's circular, like a rifle scope.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of materializes in the air in front of them.
And when you are able to look through this as well, you see a young Middle Eastern woman laying kind of half sprawled against a wall. Just past like the side of her face, you can see the remnants of a summoning circle. And she like holds an arm up to take a sip of water from a water bottle, and you see that her entire arm down to her fingers is withered and black and cracked.
All right.
Heavy price.
That's her.
Angel looks over and puts a hand on you and on its gun. Says, very well. If this is what you desire, go be the bullet. And casts a collocate to
Awesome.
put you there.
Great.
I don't even have to step through, right?
No,
I
you're
don't even have to step through the collocate.
You're there?
Big gun. Blam.
I won't even make you roll.
Okay.
I will make you roll an act of hubris.
Sure.
So that one's a
and
3-dot murder. Or 3 dice murder.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You have a better chance of.
And I've only done this once before, so this is just straight wisdom roll.
No, it's 3
This
dots.
is
rolled
3
3
dice.
It's what?
3 dice.
Does your virtue, vice, or obsessions help or hinder you?
Honest, addictive? No, not really.
Obsessions?
Obsession? Nope. His obsession is to weaponize ley lines, so it doesn't really apply here.
3 dice.
1 success.
Got the one.
All you
There
need.
you go.
I mean, technically, go ahead and re-roll it just in case. Maybe you get a
Fine.
chain of them for for an exceptional success. Or the 1d10.
I had no idea what you were talking about. I was
Yes.
like, don't re-roll it. You got the 1 success.
Yeah.
Very well. And with that, Sniper climbs up, dusts himself off. Is there anything else you wish of me?
Can you heal me before you go?
I cannot.
Thanks.
All right. That's it. Your service is
Very
complete.
well. Duty bound, duty done. And he floats away into the air.
Okay.
The co-location is still there.
I'm stepping through.
And we'll come back to you in a second.
Sure.
Amanita.
Mhm.
What are you getting up to?
I want to take the books and things I found back to, I guess, the Free Council boss.
Mhm.
Whoever would have sent me after.
Huxley.
Yeah.
So
Show up
yeah,
with
you
his soulstone and his books. He was like, job's done.
and to remind everyone, Huxley is a very professorial looking person. She is her sanctum has a bit of a science lab feel to it, and there is a fairly large machine in the back that is running and humming and glowing in passive Mage sight.
If I look at it with active mage sight, do I recognize any of the operations of it? No.
Nope.
Okay.
You can piece together that it's probably got something to do with Prime. You do know that Huxley is an Abrimos.
Yeah, I would know what the path they are. So
out of character, it's a platonic form of a particle accelerator.
Cool.
Sure.
Yep.
I like this person. I have.
I've
got 3 dots in science.
A like late 30s African American woman, and smartly dressed and sitting there, and you know by reputation that she has a very lax hold on the Free Council. Basically, as long as no one's colossally fucking up, she's like, yeah, just study whatever you want. It's fine. Just don't go left-handed and don't make me have to do extra work to cover your ass.
Yeah, that tracks.
Sounds like the Free Council.
Yep. Layla.
Poor Layla.
Layla. Ash needs to talk.
Of course, right as it's time for me to talk.
Yep.
That's when you start losing your mind, dog. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk into your room and pull out the scales from my bags and the notebooks and just set them on her desk.
You come bearing trinkets and loot? Trinkets and baubles?
Job's done. I took care of what even was his name? Ascetica? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also in the future, can you give me a heads up as to what exactly I'm going to be fighting? Prelate?
You seem to have handled it well.
He
And then she looks down at the soul stone and looks for a minute and then goes,
Oops.
That was outside our intel.
Yeah. Well, job's done.
You don't have any reason to hold on to that, do you?
No.
Okay, good. We're gonna put that away.
Somewhere. Yeah. I also got notes. He was tons of notebooks, information on assorted Seer orders. I forgot their name, starts with an O. Orphean, yeah. Possibly moving into town is all I could really gather from this, but maybe you can get more from it.
Sure. And she's pretty focused on that. So I think the two of you sit down and parse through a bunch of stuff for a few minutes.
I'm sorry, y'all.
It's okay. Clearly the Free Council is set up next to a dog rescue facility.
You can roll investigation plus I think wits, probably, because you're trying to figure out what is important of this info, not understand it. And you could take a +2 from her helping.
Okay. Dog. Okay, so just one success.
Cool. Yeah, you find basically, it's his journal of both the dreams that he gets from the father, which are pretty horrifying to read.
Cool.
As he has to interpret what he's supposed to do. You get a little info on his thoughts of the Orphean ministry, which I was bad DM and didn't look up more info about them.
It's
but they serve they serve Nemesis, which is the exarch tied to spirit. So Nemesis, and there's some musings on. They're very filtered through his condescension and judgment from position of working for the father, but you understand that Nemesis represents the law of unintended consequences, and calamity from hidden events. It's control through secrets.
Okay.
The nemesis represents not so much the shadow world as the gauntlet, keeping humanity ignorant of the monsters their actions breed in the shadow.
All right.
Huxley kind of looks up and maybe relays a little bit more info of that to you. And says, well, if the Orpheans are here, small though their ministry may be, they're probably up to something serious.
Is there any information in these books on where they might be? Or who they might be?
There's not much, but you do know there is some stuff about just more going into messing with the spirit realm and kind of exacerbating the negative emotions that humanity creates in the shadow.
Okay. So they're just like trying to make things worse from the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Seers, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, I guess I could start chatting with some spirits. See if they can give me any information about people who might have been nosing around.
Sure. And roll. Let's see. Should you roll your? Do you have how many dots of free counsel do you have?
Just one.
Fair. As Drew looks down from his pile of 5 dots. Why don't you roll presence plus persuasion to kind of represent kind of bargaining with her about what kind of information the order can give you to help out and stuff like that.
Would be a +1 though, right?
Yeah, +1.
No successes on 7 dice.
Oof.
Rough.
Yeah, I think she kind of just brushes you off. Thanks for taking care of this guy. I don't have anything else for you to do right now, but see you at the next assembly kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of with the understanding that, I'll look into this on my own when I have the time, but it's probably not, super pressing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a number of different things that you could do to look into it.
Mm-hmm. I like
That's-
the idea of chatting up some
Mhm.
spirits just to
Yeah.
get a feel for what's going on there on their end of things.
Yeah, where do you start with that?
Does the spirit bound to my sanctum count?
Sure.
Like, I could chat with it and see if it's gotten word from any others in the area, if it's noticed anything.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back to my shop in the back room, which is where my sanctum and my domain are set up. And what? That's a
Describe
roll
your shop
stuff.
a little bit.
It's a fairly nice little witch shop. It's got all sorts of standard accoutrements that you'd find in them. Things for setting up altars, assorted jewelry, a lot of assorted herbs and teas and tinctures, because that's her area of focus.
Different incenses and
Yeah, heavily herbs and plants focused, but it's got the other things too.
Sure.
And in the back room of it is her sanctum set up. It's got a little growth spirit bound to it as a protector.
Which I'm going to interject real quick. By the way, that's a homebrew. Well, not homebrew, but we've stolen somebody's homebrew rules for Sanctum.
Sanctum rules.
That's where it's from.
Mhm.
So if any of you go into your Mage Awakening book and go, "Where is my spirit Sanctum?" It's not in there.
It's not there.
We use these in the main show as well. We can link them in the Discord. I think it has happened several times, but
We'll do it
a
again.
Whole set of rules.
PDFs though.
Perry
It's
says
like-
how many herbs and spices, including the secret ones.
So many.
Terrible.
I mean, I don't see it listed as a spirit 1 spell, but it's a death 1 spell to talk to a ghost.
Exorcist
imagine it would-
Eye.
Yeah. It's not.
It's the
Okay,
equivalent.
yeah. So. Let me unzip all these things. Where is our macro? Do we not have it?
Did you not copy it over?
I don't see it. Do I
Are you
need
in the
to?
macro section?
Mm-mm.
I feel like you used it last time.
Yeah, it's not there now. I have.
Well, let me jump over real
Nothing.
quick. Well, never mind. I can't do it because I can't close Discord. But patreon.com/occultists anonymous. Somewhere around episode 33 or so, we posted all our cool little macros. So if you're also curious about using the macros that you see over there in the chat or podcast guys you just hear about, we do have them there. And of course, if you're like, I don't want to scroll through all this, that's fine. Hop into Discord. I will happily copy paste them over to you.
Yeah, it's not there for me, so I'm just gonna. Okay. Spirit Gnosis. I'm in my domain, so I'll have all the reach I need. You can say 5 for Ayandra, 3 for Shadow Name, 1 for the domain itself. Or I had 2 for my Soulstone. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that works.
Well, domains are 2.
Okay. Well, yeah.
You're essentially getting a larger area of the soulstone bonus.
3 plus 5. Or 3 plus 2, rather. Why doesn't it go? Okay, there you go. 4.
Nice. Cool. So you can talk to your spirit.
Okay. It is
What
just.
does this little growth spirit look like?
I have a picture of it. It's a little,
Well, it's like little like Kodama.
it's got a little wooden mask on. It's a little green, leafy, tiny thing. It's like this big. It'll sit in my hand. It's size 1.
Mhm.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome home. The plants are coming in nicely.
You're doing a very good job.
I love to hear that. Generating such good food for me.
I'm looking for any, I guess, rumors that might be circulating amongst spirits.
Oh. Well, I'm the only one here.
I mean,
I could.
in the area.
Oh. In the other side. Ah.
Mhm.
Well. Let me. I don't get out much. I just like the plants. But I will go listen.
Mhm.
Unless you know.
Okay. I'm specifically looking for information on mages who might be influencing the shadow to make things worse here, to influence negative emotions
Oh, that sounds
on this
bad.
side.
That sounds
Mhm.
terrible. That
They're
would take away my food.
they're not very nice people, and we're trying to stop them before they can really get established.
Okay.
Mm.
You want me to go now?
Sure.
Okay. And you're like, you would have had to have spirit sight on to have this, to be able to see him, but he kind of fades out of reality a little bit more and disappears through the gauntlet.
Okay. Correct with a little, yeah. You found me. We're talking about Koroks.
Oh. Well, he probably doesn't go through the gauntlet here. Probably has to go find a spot.
Yeah, because you probably don't have a weak gauntlet in the sanctum.
No.
Yeah. It's probably maybe slightly weaker just from all of the like greenhouse and plant and stuff in there, but being in, I'm picturing you being in Churchill.
I don't know these things.
It's the spot where the shop would be.
Right.
Okay.
It's where all the like cool restaurants and hipsters and like, people that have graduated from VCU but still want to live in Richmond. So they're, renting houses that were built in the 1900s that have been renovated approximately once.
Yeah, sounds right.
And, now it's the cool place to be. So they're all getting torn down and rebuilt and sold for a shitload of money.
Yeah, sure.
That seems like something I talked about before this chronicle. Cool. Let's jump over to Drifter. What you up to, buddy?
It's the Williamsburg of Richmond.
I think Drifter is probably at this point pretty done cataloging whatever the hell is in this silver ladder thing. I mean, both a question of like his progress and also he's done sitting around. So he's probably gone through a list of like problems within the cryptopoly, things that need some nudging one way or another. So kind of going through that list of, okay, what can I handle, with some mundane application of, status and resources and stuff like that. Rebuilding a new community center, no problem. Throw some money at that. Somebody is, got blackmail and stuff like that. That might be something I, make go away with magic, etc. But also keeps looking over at his phone, thinking about calling Guan Yu. But he's kind of just in this idle spot of idleness has hit him, and he's trying to figure out the next step and what way to go. And is tinkering around in the back of his head with some other obsession thoughts, but he's trying to not get caught up in those just yet. But kind of like just waiting for the world to move and point him at he's not an acanthus, I promise, but just kind of looking for that next step.
Fair.
Not in a Candace, but we'll rely on fate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just more like, okay, once something happens, then he can react and make some stuff happen. I should probably checking in with Virgil and saying what Virgil is doing, because we do have to recruit.
I mean, I think y'all have had some time to talk and go over things and kind of not taking shifts going through this library, but, stopping in together every now and then. And I think there's kind of a pause where neither of you have said something for a while, and he goes, "So, I understand you met with Guan Yu yesterday."
It was a pleasant conversation, something to look into in Alethian, and I mean, I enjoy chatting with Alethians, mostly because they're interested in the work that we do in the cryptopoly, so... But yeah,
it is a good way to spread some of our ideas and philosophies.
Why?
Because I know what she asked you to do.
I mean, it definitely seems like something that I think the ladder should look into, but I'll admit, there's just the two of us, and you'd be the ranking member, though we don't exactly have a quorum.
I can't tell you what to do. But I think that Guan Yu has the right idea.
Cool. Slams book. All right. Finally. Yeah, that's true. And this is a more meta question. Silver Ladder being wiped out, are we talking down to the roots? All our sleepers and sleepwalker connections who are actually tied to the Silver Ladder itself, not the Cryptopoly, are basically unavailable in various agents.
Yeah, I think Virgil's maybe gotten a few back over the last year and a half and built up some more connections and borrowed and bartered and stuff with the other orders and played a bit of a pity party is not the right word, but
sure.
Definitely leaned into his situation. It's like, oh, wouldn't you help this poor blind man whose order was destroyed?
Right. Well, especially when it's the Concilium and there's a Pentacle Order of 5 and one of them got blown away. Yeah. But okay, well, for that sounds to me and to Drifter there's minimum staff and I'm not going to be too heavy-handed with that. So Drifter is going to especially since Drifter doesn't have a particular place. I'm gonna say that Drifter has somewhere in here set up his domain in this sanctum because clearly,
sure.
And he's going to summon up some backup. And so where's the book? There's the book. So we're gonna use some mind spells. Get us Mind 3, Goetic Summons. Yeah. Going to summon some private investigators.
Nice.
Cool.
Dude, y'all over here messing with ghosts and spirits, and I'm like, man, I'm going to summon a guy who literally does this for his existence.
Don't you have dots in spirit?
I do.
Don't you? Yeah. I was going to say,
Yeah. I use spirits, but that's mostly for the emotional stuff. In my domain, going to use that to enable me to summon from the Temenos, which is 2 reach. Oh yeah, and let me pull up the.
So you pull out. You could summon like my camera.
Yeah, I could summon up those or just generic kind of
sure.
stuff. Technically, I could summon Batman, but I'm not doing that because Batman is going to have his own plans. And I don't need that right now. Okay.
You need someone who'll work for you.
Correct. So double checking. I don't think...
MKJB says, Drifter has no home. Never would have guessed.
Yep. Definitely has a home, but it is 100% tied to his sleeper existence. He goes there to sleep. That's about it. Okay, yeah. So double checking. Do not have this as a rote, which is fine. Okay. So it is into my domain, which is where you do all your good Goetic summons anyways, because you need access to the Temenos. So how much reach do I need? Right. It doesn't matter. What's my gnosis? That's going to be 4. How much mind? 4. Okay, so I'm searching for we'll probably say a rank 3 Goetia. I need somebody that can do some heavy lifting. So the withstand is rank, which is 4. And because of course it is a duration spell, I need minus 6 because it starts at 1. Right? Yeah, okay. Penalties for increased duration, I don't need because I'm doing this at advanced duration. I already have 4 dots, so I've got plentiful duration. Scale. Now, this is the question I was going to ask. Could I summon multiple private investigators in this case?
Yes, but I think the withstands would stack.
Okay, and that would be the highest +1 for each additional? calling it audible. We're going to use advanced scale, so I'll get up to 5. I probably won't get 5, but I'll do some smaller folks.
Sure.
So yantra bonuses. We're going to use my. Actually, let me go pull up this merit to make sure I'm saying. Well, actually, no. I'm not technically using Shadow Self. Guess I could, but I'm not going to. I'm working this on behalf of the Silver Ladder. So using Lex Magica, that's 3. I'm going to call on my Shadow name, coordinating this. So that's another 3 for 6, which clears out any penalties. And then I have another one, I guess my domain for another 2. Okay, so that's 8. 6, 6, yeah, 8. And sure, we'll throw some willpower at this just in case. Okay, so if I have a potency of 4, and I do
you get 3 rank 2s.
Right. All right. Let me check off my willpower before I forget. Okay, cool. So that's 8 minus 6 is 2 plus another 8 is 10. 13 dice. All right, time to find out. Does Drew roll like weird or like Songbird?
Or like Songbird.
3 successes.
Songbird.
Yep. And that's fine.
It's good enough.
You know, I just realized, do I have that as... I looked at my... Right, because I realized... Nope, I do not. Okay, that's cool. So yeah, basically putting a call out to, as the spell says, a general call in the nearest Goetia or specify the type of entity by its resonance. So not necessarily by name or something like that. So I'm literally calling out for investigators or research, PIs, I think, is just the general, like, he's not free counsel, but he's all into some, old school movies and, Dick Tracy and stuff like that.
Sure. Yeah, so you get appearing before you in Mind Twilight. And
I have Spirit too, so they will have the materialized condition.
I didn't know if you wanted to use that, because then they'll just be physical the whole time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Because they're going to be good private investigators.
I mean, they could spy better if they're in the Twilight, but...
That's true. Because I was thinking about them talking with people.
They can just watch.
Do you want them to take bullets for you and stuff if you need to as well? You're looking at summoning some help, right?
Yeah. I think I am just going to leave them in Twilight, because right now I do just want them investigating. I don't need a posse just yet. I'm not rounding up the boys, because when I round up the boys, you better believe I'm using my Shadow Self and I'm summoning a badass gunslinging cowboy. Vicar shows up.
Not your PIs.
Right. No, not my private investigators, because those guys are going to get like... I guess they'd be okay, depending on what type of gumshoe.
Yeah, noir detectives with their little guns.
Yeah, that's true. But no, I'm more thinking, cowboys and riflemen and things.
So in the Twilight, appearing before you out of your domain, I think this probably takes a while, right?
I mean, it's
like the spell. The spell is instant, but it puts out the call. Like, it takes them a minute to find their way and stuff like that. So it takes a little while, but coming before you, kind of 1, 2, 3 in a relatively orderly. And
I have to spend some mana real quick, sir.
Do you?
Yes, because if you summon from your own Neros, or as above the Temenos and Anima Mundi, you must pay as much mana as it would to enter the astral realm from that location. So I believe it's 2 to go directly there. But yeah, I'll spend 2, and if you later want me to spend some additional, I can.
That's fine.
Yep. And then of course the +2 reach to give them a complex command.
Okay.
Yep.
Seems fine. So first pops out they're all kind of, it's 3 different Goetia of investigation. And I think they're like, one is that very noir, like high-waisted pants, hat pulled down low, trench coat kind of noir detective. You've got like a off-brand Magnum PI.
Oh God, with the
like
shirt and the mustache.
Big mustache and everything.
It's everything I ever wanted.
Yep. And
I mean, the ex-cop in the the torn and kind of worn out white T-shirt.
Yeah.
He turned in his gun and his badge.
Yeah. Not quite like Jack Bauer, but somewhere in that same realm.
Mm-hmm.
Would Drifter call someone Kutz or Doll?
No.
And what is the task that you set before these guys?
Basically, I send them out to investigate Bless, the Hierarch, and research and do what is necessary, which Drifter leaves as kind of vague, but they are Goetia who can dig into minds and thoughts, depending on what Numina they show up with and all, and just go figure out why exactly Bless has made friends or Cold War with the Seers after a devastating blow was made, and try and figure out what Bless's motivations are in basically leaving the Silver Ladder hanging.
Cool.
And they're around for the next scene, hour, day, week. Wait, no. Scene, day,
month.
Week, month. Yeah.
The full hand is a year.
Yeah,
so.
that's right.
Cool.
Oh, the spirit. That's another good one. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, nobody that has a trademark attached to them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because a trademark adds +1 rank of Goetia, so.
the spirit doesn't, though, right? It was one of the ones that had gone public domain.
Maybe you might be right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's there's a whole comics line that writes books with the public domain characters from way back when. That's one of them.
That's cool.
Lone Ranger is definitely somebody
Masks
that he summons.
was the name of it.
For
Yeah.
backup, by the way, Cat. Hi ho, silver motherfuckers. Yep.
Hi ho, Silver Ladder.
Yes.
I wasn't sure if you're going to like that one or not.
Oh yes.
It's terrible. I love it.
When I'm the storyteller, I have to act like I hate all the puns, but now I'm a player and I get to throw them in.
Cool. So let's
I mean, and he knows that these guys are going to go out and do their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then Drifter is going to go do some face-to-face stuff.
Okay.
Notably, probably go because I have written down that the Hierarch is of the Mysterium, right?
The Hierarch is of the Mysterium.
Right. And literally probably checking with Virgil and asking where's the nearest Athenaeum, or it just because the way Drifter is going to put it is he wants to go pay his respects and greet the Hierarch, and because hey, I'm thinking of moving into the Concilium, just want to kind of say hi kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know,
Yeah.
I was wrong. It was the Shadow I was thinking of that was in Masks.
Ah.
Shadow, Green Hornet, and Kato.
Yeah, so Virgil will say that he doesn't know where Bless's sanctum or office or public presence is. She always just shows up for the meetings and then leaves pretty quickly. But he tells you that the Athenaeum is over near the river, near the James River, and there is a old warehouse that they have set up, and that you should look for a curator whose name is 621.5.
Cool. And with that, Drifter's going to say, see you, Virgil. Head outside, find his motorcycle wherever he parked it, hop on, and drive out to the Athenaeum.
Cool. We'll jump back over to Amanita real quick. I'd say like later that day.
One thing I do want to do is I want to clear out this Abyssal Imago.
Mhm.
Which I was going to do by casting Knit to heal myself because I'm also... Or wait, no. I'm not hurt. I have no mana. That's what it was. I need... Well, no, the spell I just cast would have done it, right? The Exorcist Eye?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Because it
okay,
didn't provoke
cool.
paradox, so you're good.
Alright. Okay, so continue.
You're kind of sitting in your shop, and your passive mage sight pings for spirit, and it's that familiar little tickle at the edge of your eye that says that your little growth spirit is back.
Okay. I guess I cast the spell again so I can see it and chat with it.
I mean, I don't think you need to roll for it. It's fine.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm back.
Hi. Did you find anything?
Many things. Most of them very horrifying.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Traumatizes
Some
poor
minutes,
little-
sometime.
So you wanted me to look for outsiders, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't see any humans over there, but I did talk to some other spirits. Well, before they tried to eat me, it was nice that they shared some information. It seems that there's a new pack in town. Do you know of the wolves?
I didn't know they were in town.
Fucking werewolves.
Do you have any more information other than we have werewolves in town now?
It seems they have consolidated power pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
There's well, the queen is serving them now.
Oh, wait. Queen is a spirit rank, folks.
Mm-hmm. This is like the boss spirit in town. I'm not sure what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. Good to know. Do you have any information on who they are? What sort of werewolves?
I don't know.
Okay, well,
I wouldn't want them to eat me.
no, that's good. Please stay far away. Yeah, preferably just stay here. That seems safest.
I'm glad you agree with me.
Yes.
I'm gonna go take a nap on that plant now.
Yeah, go rest. Thank you.
Hey, if Ash wants a cute little growth
Yeah, I was
spirit, I'm
gonna
gonna give her a cute little growth
So
spirit.
just lean into the cuteness.
Well, friends.
Welcome to our very dark version of Occultists Anonymous, kids.
Where Ash does the same thing.
But with more murder this time.
It's true.
It's true.
Okay, well, that's worrying. I'm going
Where
to...
worrying? Where worrying?
Terrible. I'm gonna call up Huxley and give her a heads up on that.
Sure.
See if we have any information on werewolves that have moved in. If anyone else is pinged onto that.
As far as I know, I mean, I haven't gotten any reports on or anything. It's not generally something we keep track of. You know, the wolves do wolf things. You know, if anything, I would think it'd be good with all the spirit stuff going on.
I mean, I care about what sort of werewolves we've got. If we've got the murderous kind or the ones that can be chill.
I mean, they're all murderous.
If they've got the queen spirit of the city serving them now.
The queen?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I mean, this might throw a wrench into the Orphean's plans. Unless they align.
Well, I can... Well, you're the thesis, right?
I mean, yeah.
A really bad one.
I don't super do spirits.
Well, I will tell you that the queen resides downtown and runs through the whole city.
Okay. I guess I can go look into that.
I'll,
Out of character, I don't know if seeking an audience with the Spirit Queen as a 2-dot thesis is a great idea.
Well,
No.
to give you an idea, queens are like rank 7
Mhm.
and up.
It will very much be I am entreating you to please speak to me. Yeah, I guess we'll go look around, see what I can find.
Sure. I'll see if I can't find somebody to send your way for a little bit of backup.
Yeah, that would help a lot.
A quick addendum, Chris. I was looking up astral stuff. If I'm in my domain, I don't actually spend mana. It's only if you're in the Hallow.
Oh,
so.
cool. Senna says, so Ashley's going to go notice me, senpai, to the queen.
No, please do not notice
No,
me. Please
please
don't notice me.
Can I go talk to your major domo, your seneschal over there?
Yeah, basically I have the Amanita's whole interactions with spirit is basically that's how she does it. Because you don't have enough dots to command him to do anything. It's very much making deals and chatting and
Cool.
transactional. That's the word I was thinking of.
Vicar. You are standing on the roof and in a dead woman's sanctum.
I'm
Space stuff.
searching. And no one else is around?
Nope.
I'm searching her. Wallet, papers, documents, phone,
Sure.
keys, notes. Active mage site, so if she's got any kind of enchanted stuff, I want to see that too.
Let's see. What would she have?
Yep.
She doesn't have any dots of prime.
Mhm.
So, yes, she does. Yes, she does.
At least,
she's a primo,
but she's
She's
only
summoned
got
an angel.
She's only got 3.
only got 3. Yes, that's what more what I was trying to say from my notes. So yeah, she's doesn't have prime 4, so she's not making her own. She probably has some little trinkets and stuff, but
nothing serious.
nothing serious. Yeah.
Okay. Not like a gift she got from her boss or something.
She does have a signet ring that has the symbol of, why don't you roll occult
I'm all over that.
and intelligence.
One success.
Cool. She has the symbol of
dots.
hell yeah. She has a symbol of Paternoster on her sigil ring.
Okay.
Her ID. Fucking.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, Drew. I'm sorry for everything we've done to you. Why would this lady need a real name? She's got a shadow name,
Right? Yep.
that she never had a chance to talk about.
And this is why I keep the name generator just sitting
Fancy
near the
name
other tab.
generator.
Yeah, especially for space mages, because we need to know sympathetic names.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which, that's another one we should have brought up as a thing that we would like changing in Mage Awakening 3.0. Not that that's a thing, that was just a discussion that was had earlier today. Don't worry, we don't know anything new. We're still waiting on Tome of the Pentacle and Fallen Worlds or something like that. The next books. Yes, give me a book all about the astral. Yes, please.
Some things to give legacies.
Astral and Shadow and Underworld.
Her ID names her as Miska Elzadeh. She is 26 years old and and a resident of Arlington, Virginia. Which is just outside DC.
Okay. I'm not so naive as to think this is actually her, but that's an ID that she was using. That's my first impression anyway. We'll investigate a little bit further.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anything else in this room that's of significance?
Soulstone?
Yeah.
Yep. Grabbing Soulstone.
Sure.
What was her shadow name? I don't remember. Craig doesn't remember.
Mizan Alathir. The Scales of the Aether.
That's dope.
Yep.
Bad guys always get the coolest names.
It's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a door from here, I presume.
Mm-hmm.
Any noise outside the door?
Nope, you're standing in a fairly, it's an apartment.
Okay.
Like
So she
capital
did
A,
this,
capital A.
Yeah.
Like,
she's just in the middle of an apartment, did something.
It's her house.
Okay, cool. No, that's cool. And there's no sign of anyone else here. I'm going to make sure she's dead.
she's dead.
Shot her in the head with
You,
a very big gun.
You shot her with a big good gun, and she was already real hurt before that.
To be fair,
Okay.
if she had Death 5 and had done some prep,
Just want to make sure that she's not going to survive or something. Okay,
It's actually
I'm going to start searching the apartment.
surprisingly easy to survive a gunshot.
Okay. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for connections. I'm looking for ties that are going to lead me to her bosses or her underlings.
Mhm.
So I'm looking for stuff that has significant connections to them that are in the apartment.
Okay. Her let's see. Terrible at space magic. God damn it. two of you took it.
And just to try and narrow that down a little, I'm guessing that the connections to her superiors are going to be stronger than to her underlings.
Do it. Let's do something off the wall that I think should be things that happen for mages, but
Sure.
is not sort of said in the systems of the game. Why don't we roll investigation plus space?
Sure. We'll go for that.
That makes sense. Searching for that magic.
Cool. So yeah, you find maybe some notes, maybe like investigating through her cell phone a bit. You like with your space sight, like certain things start popping out into your vision more predominantly. And there are there is mention of sort of a reverent mention of ascetica as someone higher on the pyramid than her.
Okay. All right. That's my next target. Is there anything that... So I get those details and stuff, but is there anything that's particularly linked to Ascetica in the apartment? Like something I can trace to follow a connection? And like even if it's text messages on the phone or stuff, those would still be...
Yeah, you could... I think with forces in space, you could travel the connection through an email.
All right.
I'm cool with that.
Maybe Moros here would be kind of nice. But that's it. We're done. I'll head back through the co-location.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
step back
up
up onto the roof and...
And I'll head back to the apartment, and I'm going to start investigating those connections.
Okay.
Just following them out and see who I see and see where those connections lead me. I'm trying to get a bit of a map for her organization.
Sure.
I don't know if you want to do those individually or if I can just spend some time doing that off screen. Up to you.
Yeah, we can kind of just like spend some time and narrate, and you investigate some connections here and there, and a lot of them are coming up empty. And you eventually do find one. It is a strong connection to Ascetica.
Okay. I can borrow that connection. So
Sure.
I have it. Okay. That's good. I think that's enough for me for today. I have had the shit beat out of me. I'm almost out of willpower. I have 2 mana left. It's time to go drink some scotch, smoke a cigar, and rest.
Sleep.
Yeah, and sleep.
Go to sleep.
Yeah. But that's good. I've got my next target in the line. So that's cool.
Cool. I think we'll probably call an episode break there.
Cool.
Mhm.
Thanks for joining us, folks. Twitch guys, we'll be back in a minute. YouTube guys, will be back on Friday. Just a quick reminder, come join us on Discord, geekedinto.space. If you want to support us on Patreon, that's patreon.com/occultist or staylucky.club. Quick reminder that we have the Kickstarter for Mage 20th edition Technocracy Reloaded, which is going to be on Kickstarter, I think, in like a week or two. And I can actually mention now that I will actually be playing Mage the Ascension. I will be playing as part of the evil technocracy who hate magic and want to kill it with hypertech. Yeah. No idea what I'm doing. It'll be terrific. I'm playing with some folks who are old hand at Mage. I've got at least one other buddy who has not played Mage before. We're actually meeting up with them on Tuesday, so I'll get to meet them. And then we are doing a session 0 where we're going to create characters. So that's very, very cool. That'll be not this Tuesday, but the next. I think it's the first Tuesday of May. So that'll be super cool. And then also Chris and Craig and I did a little interview with Mage the Podcast talking about Mage the Awakening. Mage the Podcast does a bunch of Ascension stuff, a lot of very, very cool in-depth stuff to draw in if you're into Ascension or if you're curious about it. There's a huge backlog, definitely worth checking out. But yeah, we specifically chatted with him because they're not super familiar with Awakening. They have Terry has the books and has played a whopping one game, which I ran for him at VHC, which was very cool. Just that it turned out that he was in one of my games. So we had some good interaction and back.
It was a fun little chat.
It was really cool. Which for those of you who are already familiar with Awakening, probably won't give you too much, going on. But for you newbies who are just now hearing about us because of the Richmond show and stuff like that, might be worth checking out because we really dig into what is Awakening and all the different bits and bobs and stuff like that. That was all my stuff. So Twitch guys, we'll see you in a sec. YouTube guys on Friday. I already said that. Bye.